Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And so the receipts just keep on dropping. Once again, the Trump administration does what they do best, shutting down all these bogus narratives with the cold, hard facts. And again, it's one of those things where you'd think the left would actually have learned their lesson. You'd think they'd stop jumping headfirst into these fake scandals, only to then very quickly get absolutely exposed, totally obliterated once the Trump administration ends up dropping the receipts. But nope, they keep falling for the same bait. They keep doing the exact same thing. They've built this narrative that the Trump administration is constantly lying or spreading misinformation. And sure, sometimes Donald Trump will make a statement that's incorrect, but generally those are off-the-cuff moments. Those are moments where he's just kind of freestyling. But when it actually comes down to it, and when we're talking about the Trump team and their official actions and stances, they have a proven track record. We know they're not playing games. They tend to understand the legal framework, having all their legal ducks in a row. They tend to have the facts down right, and so you'd think the media would catch on to this, but nope. And so once again with this Kilmar situation, they've made so many statements as if there's no evidence to back up these Trump claims relating to Kilmar Garcia, but one after another, Pam Bondi and others just keep dropping the receipts, and now that's exactly what we've got. We've got documents and a body cam image confirming what the White House has previously said about Garcia. In other words, the leftist media continues to look horrible. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on, but this video is actually brought to you guys by a sponsor, so let's first play that clip. This video is brought to you guys by American Hartford Gold. Donald Trump is back in the White House, and America is on track to make the biggest economic revival in history. The economy is likely to surge, investment is pouring in, and confidence is returning. And in times like these, it's important to invest properly, and that, my friends, is where American Hartford Gold steps in. Because as we all know, one of the best ways to protect your wealth is by investing in precious metals, that's gold and silver. And friends, American Hartford Gold is simply the best in the business when it comes to protecting you from economic downturns. They have 5-star ratings across the board with an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau. In other words, they're a market leader in the space, helping Americans lock in their financial security by diversifying into real tangible assets. And I know that sounds good, but trust me, it gets even better. All you gotta do is give them a call and they'll send physical gold and silver straight to your doorstep, or they can help you add it to your IRA or 401k. Zero hassle, just smart investing. Actually, it gets even better because American Hartford Gold is currently running a special right now where you could get up to $15,000 in free silver on qualifying purchases. So what are you guys waiting for? Sure, things look like they're on the up and up right now, but history tells you it doesn't last forever. The incompetent buffoons will at some point bring on hard times, and you gotta protect yourself. And so to get that process started, all you gotta do is call 844-440-1005. That's 844-440-1005, or text Hivemind, that's Hivemind one word, to 65532. Again, text Hivemind to 65532, and they'll get you guys set on the right track. A huge thank you to American Hartford Gold. Now back to the video. Alright folks, so we previously heard this from the Trump administration, that Kilmar Garcia had one point been pulled over, I believe in Texas, where he was given a warning. He wasn't arrested, but there was a police report made about him where they suspected that he was engaging in human smuggling and human trafficking activities. And the Trump White House has been saying this for the last week.
There's actually been 2 separate immigration judges who have confirmed and ruled that he is a member of MS-13. He has been involved in human trafficking, he's been involved in labor trafficking, and he should not be in this country.
This illegal alien terrorist came into our country illegally in March of 2012. We know that because he admitted that by the anti-gang squad. They stopped him at a Home Depot with 3 other members. He was wearing a sweatshirt with gang insignia on it. The guy he was with, another MS-13 known member, had a tattoo with very similar insignia on it. Not only is he a member of MS-13, he gave them the clique, the Westerns, and he was called a Chicao, which is one of the higher ranking MS-13 members.
He was wearing a sweatshirt with rolls of money covering the ears, mouth, and eyes of presidents on various currency denominations. This is a known MS-13 gang symbol of hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Abrego Garcia was also arrested with 2 other well-known members of the vicious MS-13 gang. And 2 separate judges found that Abrego Garcia was a member of MS-13, and that finding has never been disputed. It was revealed through Maryland court documents that Abrego Garcia's wife petitioned for an order of protection against him.
So they stated on multiple occasions that this individual was involved in human smuggling and trafficking, and And the left said, well, there's no evidence of that. You can't take the Trump administration at their word, right? And we hear the same thing every single time, right? Just like that Billy Baldwin tweet from last week, where he didn't believe that there was court orders identifying this individual as MS-13, and then in 2 seconds, the entire thread under that post was the actual court documents being posted over and over again. Well, here we go again. We now have a confirmed body cam photo of Kilmar Garcia. I'll pop it up here on screen. It's the same guy, absolutely no doubt. Now, I have to actually correct what I said earlier. I believe I said in Texas, but it was actually Tennessee. So he was pulled over by a Tennessee state trooper back in December of 2022 and clearly identified as Kilmar Garcia from El Salvador with the exact same date of birth. So it's literally the guy. Nobody's disputing this. And now we've got the facts of the incident that are detailed in this DHS document. And so I'll post those documents up here on screen. You can pause the video if you want to read them. But just to give you guys the TLDR, the too long didn't read breakdown, essentially this is what the document states. Kilmar was pulled over for speeding and swerving on the highway. There were 8 other people crammed in the vehicle with him. He claimed that he was driving from Houston to Maryland, bringing those 8 individuals in for construction work. The individuals in question in the car with him had no luggage, no belongings, and all of them listed the same address when asked as Kilmar. We also learned that he was driving with an expired license. It's actually a miracle that he was left off with a warning, to be honest with you, but anyways, that was the decision that was made. And also, according to the police report, he was evasive and inconsistent in his answers, and he even pretended not to speak English well, essentially trying to play stupid with the police officers, and also claimed the vehicle belonged to somebody else. Now, the officer didn't arrest him, considering all this absolutely sketchy behavior. He got off with a warning, but Homeland Security took note, and the details of the incident were logged in their database. And so it's pretty obvious what happened here, right? This wasn't just a random dude driving his friends for a new job opportunity in Maryland. This was, as we currently know, an MS-13 gang member, or at least an MS-13 affiliated individual, who was stopped trafficking people across multiple state lines, and lying through his teeth throughout the process. You cannot make this stuff up. And of course, the copium has already started online. People are claiming it's not a big deal. He was just allegedly smuggling laborers, some people who just wanted to work to build homes. The claim is that it's the lowest form of human smuggling and trafficking that there is. And sure, I acknowledge that, but I also acknowledge, first of all, that it's illegal, and secondly, that that's the only time that he was caught. How many times was he not caught? How many times did he get away with it? How many more times was he smuggling people, and in each instance, were they just innocent laborers? You know, to pretend as if human trafficking and human smuggling is just this innocent world of getting people from one point to another so they could go work in the fields or go work in the construction industry is obviously incredibly naive. The world of human trafficking is extremely shady. It's dark, it's sickening, it's horrifying. This isn't Uber driving. We're talking about organized gangs and organized crime that exploits people, in some cases enslaves them, abuses them, traffic women and underage people, put people into prostitution. This is not a game. And from what it looks like, again, this is an MS-13 gang member or affiliated MS-13 individual who was the one driving the car. He wasn't just an innocent laborer with plumbing and electrical experience getting traffic to a job site. He was the one who was driving the car. He was behind the wheel, the one giving orders, the one covering the operation, the one speaking with police officers, having an alibi, playing stupid, pretending as if he can't speak English. And all of those 8 individuals were listed under his address. What conclusion does that bring you to? He is the coyote. And obviously, one thing we know about coyotes is they're not independent contractors. They work as part of criminal organizations, gangs, cartels. And again, put 2 and 2 together. In Kilmar's case, he was already a confirmed MS-13 member with gang tattoos, gang apparel, and court rulings to back it up. So basically what we're confirming here, at least in my view, is that this individual again is not just some innocent father in Maryland working odd jobs to get by. He's clearly working for a criminal organization and engaging in their operations. I'm thinking, how many times did this guy potentially run drugs or run guns? The whole thing is absolutely sketchy, and it feeds into the story that we've been covering, that the mainstream narrative about this guy is totally bogus. Absolutely freaking bogus. And now I'm just waiting for the release of the full body cam footage. From what I understand, the Tennessee Star, Fox News, and other outlets have requested the government and local police bodies to release the full footage. I guess we'll have to see exactly where the story goes there. But honestly, even without the body cam footage, what we already have here is bad enough. This man is not a victim. He's not an innocent Maryland man. He's an illegal alien, a suspected gang member, and a suspected human trafficker. And the whole picture is being painted again. It's not just these little instances and little points of evidence in isolation. It's the whole story. There's too many red flags to avoid at this point. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.